Hello everybody, today we are listing off the best overall U.S. states according to the U.S. News and World Reports for 2023 and 2024. Informedfamily YouTube here. Today we are going to find out the top 15 best overall states. The data points that they are rated on are education, healthcare, crime and correction, natural environment, economy, financial stability, infrastructure, and opportunity. Best state rankings by U.S. News considers thousands of data points to gauge how well a state is performing for their residents. With healthcare and education more heavily weighted, the rankings also take into account a state's economy, its roads, bridges, internet, and other infrastructure, its public safety, and much more. Without further ado, here are the top 15 best overall state rankings for 2023 and 2024. At number 15. Colorado is home to some of the country's tallest mountains and has the highest mean elevation of any U.S. state. Its highest ranking is in the economic category at number 3, with education ranking right behind at number 4. See, I've always said a good education really does pave the way for a great economy later on. I feel that this is proof. Although over the past decade, Colorado's government has been working towards diversifying their economy, investing dollars into tourism has earned them billions in revenue and helped to make a great tourist destination.
Explore the
Whether
outdoors,
tourists come to the escape
fans
to
of the rapidly developing pot tourism industry,
I'd say the state's investments have paid off. Not only is their economy diverse, but so is their geography, with breathtaking landscapes all over the state. There is a lot to see here in terms of landmass. Colorado is the 8th largest state. Here are some where they ranked in other categories. Number 45 for crime and correction, 26 for financial stability, 13 for healthcare, 21 for infrastructure, and 28 for natural environment. Number 14, North Dakota, ranking number 30 for crime and correction, 41 for economy. North Dakota ranking number 2 in infrastructure, most likely due to the relatively new oil and gas exploration and that they started during the economic recession that began in 2008, which attracted billions of dollars in investments in workers in search of high pay. They ranked number 28 in education, 30 in healthcare, and 10 in natural environment. Number 4 in opportunity. Much of the land in North Dakota is devoted to farming, and much of the state's population is employed in agriculture. Number 13, Virginia. Pretty safe state, ranking crime and corrections at number 7. Number 18 for economy, 11 for education, 10 for financial stability, 19 for healthcare, 38 for infrastructure, 20 for natural environment, and 23 for opportunity. Virginia's economy is diverse, including shipbuilding on the southern shore, the farming and tobacco growing of rural areas, and technology companies of the suburb Washington corridor. Following the Civil War, Virginia remained generally royal and resisted social change. The state legislature enacted a Racial Integrity Act in 1924 that banned marriages of whites and colored. It wasn't until 1962, in the case of Loving versus Virginia, that the U.S. Supreme Court finally overturned the state's interracial marriage ban. So if you don't mind living in a racist state, go ahead and go to Virginia. Number 12, South Dakota. Often called the Mount Rushmore state due to the national monument of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt, in which Gutzon Borglum sculpted their heads into the mountains. He died in 1941 before he considered the art project complete, but the U.S. government officially declared it complete a few years later. It's ranked 3rd in the country for financial stability. If you often worry about living in a state with poor money management skills, look no further than South Dakota. Number 33 in healthcare, 9 for infrastructure, 6 for natural environment, and then 42 for crime and correction, and 19 for economy. Today, agriculture generates much of the state's economic activity, ranking at number 9. South Dakota also has a growing tourism industry. Number 18, education. Number 3 for financial stability, ranked number 3 for nature, which stunning sights, natural sights to behold, such as Badlands National Park, and some not natural sights, such as the 3 heads of men in powdered wigs carved into the mountainside. Both of these breathtakers are among visitors' favorites. Number 11, Massachusetts. With a great healthcare system ranking at number 3 in the nation, you can clearly see why the state is ranked 3rd in the country, or 11 in the country. Also a great place to have a family because it is safe, with low crime rates, ranked number 4 for crime and corrections. Your children will also get a great education here, ranking at number 3 for education. With as well as third for natural environment. Number 9 for economy. The top employers in the state are in the health and education. Another large employer is manufacturing, specifically in computer and electronics. Tourism for the state is also a large economic driver with historical sites plus picturesque beaches. You can imagine why. 43 for financial stability, 42 for infrastructure, 40 for opportunity. Massachusetts has paved the way for other states. It led the way in universal health care coverage with the plan enacted in 2006 that inspired former President Barack Obama's Affordable Care Act. It was also the first state to legalize gay marriages and pass discrimination laws for individuals who identify as lesbian, gay, or bisexual. Number 10, Florida. Number 1 for education, Florida has great universities with the state universities and community colleges. The University of Florida in Gainesville and Florida State University in Tallahassee. University of South Florida in Tampa and University of Central Florida in Orlando. Florida International University in Miami, among the most known private institutions, University of Miami. 17 for crime, 13 for financial stability. The state's agricultural industry is also robust, with Florida groves producing many of the country's oranges and a winter vegetable industry that makes agriculture a year-round enterprise. Number 27 for healthcare, 14 for infrastructure, 17 for natural environment, and 46 for opportunity. Florida attained statehood in 1845. Their economic tourism is number 7. They have 1,197 miles of coastline. Beaches, major amusement parks centered around Orlando, cruise ships departing from ports on both coasts. Tourism is a major contributor to Florida's economic success, and Florida tourism industry does so well that it pays for many of its state's taxes, so that they have the luxury of being one of the few states that have no personal income tax for its citizens, which makes it a great place for retirees. Number 9, Vermont. Vermont ranked at number 3 for crime and corrections. Vermont boasts the lowest levels of concern for the violent crimes and gun violence in the country. Not surprisingly, 71% of Vermonters feel safe in their state, beating the national average by a whopping 43%. Number 20 for economy, the country's biggest producer in Vermont's renowned maple syrup. A dairy-producing state, it's most famous for Ben & Jerry ice cream, which was founded in the northern city of Burlington in 1978. 15 for education, 42 for financial stability, 18 for healthcare, 20 for infrastructure, 13 for natural environment, and 2 for opportunity. Another homegrown Vermont product made founder Robert Steeler, a billionaire. Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, made popular nationally in pods of Keurig coffee makers. Number 8, Wisconsin. Ranking at number 25 for crime and correction, 22 for economy. Old line manufacturing has accounted for much of the state's industry over the past century. Among the state's 35 largest enterprises, many are manufacturing. In addition, dairy is a major driver of Wisconsin's economy, generating billions of dollars every year. Cheese making, cranberries, snap beans, and corn for salvage. Number 6 for education, 12 for healthcare, 27 for infrastructure. Number 29 for natural environment, 8 for opportunity. The Republican Party was also established here in 1854. Number 7, Iowa. Ranking at number 16 for crime and correction, 31 for economy. Iowa is a farm state producing milk, chicken, eggs, and as well as livestock. Iowa is also a major engine of corn and soybean production and is home to one of the nation's largest cereal mills. Machinery production, from farm machinery and construction equipment to home appliances, is another major industry in the state. Number 13 for education, 22 for healthcare, 11 for infrastructure, 21 for natural environment, and 3 for opportunity. At number 6, New Hampshire. Ranking number 1 for crime and correction, residents experience fewer issues with property crime. The safest towns are well below state average for crimes, both violent and property related. Also, residents of New Hampshire saw a reduction in property crimes compared to previous years. Number 4 for economy. New Hampshire's economy depended heavily on paper mills fed by the forests and grain mills powered by its rivers. With the decline of mill workers in the 20th century, New Hampshire turned to manufacturing for a time. Today, the old mills and warehouses lining the Merrimack and Manchester have gone high-tech. Smart manufacturing and high-tech industries account for much of the state's economy today. Much of the concentrated along the coastline in the valleys. 19 for education, 41 for financial stability, 17 for healthcare, 30 for infrastructure, 8 for natural environment. The state's natural beauty stands out more for its valleys, rivers, lakes, and mountains than mere 13 miles of Atlantic Ocean and coastline. And it's number 1 for opportunity. Number 5, Minnesota. This state's nickname as the land of 10,000 lakes is an understatement. The state has more than 11,500 lakes. It's ranked number 20 in the country for crime and corrections, 15 for economy, which the state houses many Fortune 500 companies. Number 21 for education, 21 for financial stability, 15 for healthcare, 1 for infrastructure, and 7 for natural environment. Minnesota is known for frigid conditions. The cold weather explains ice hockey popularity in Minnesota and makes it a perfect destination for cross-country skiers, ice fishing, and other snow sports. The state is also known for its many lakes, which eventually flow into the Hudson Bay, the Atlantic Ocean, and Gulf of Mexico. The headwaters of the Mississippi River starts in Lake Ithaca. Number 9 for opportunity. The Mayo Clinic, a non-profit health organization, is headquartered in Rochester and is among the state's top employer. Manufacturing and retail trade are 2 other major industries in Minnesota, which houses many Fortune 500 companies such as United Health Group, Target, 3M, and General Mills. Number 4, Nebraska. Number 26 for crime and correction. Number 10 for economy. Number 7 for education. 11 for financial stability. 23 for healthcare, 5 for infrastructure, 12 for natural environment, and 16 for opportunity. Nebraska is a major agriculture state, and it has many cattle ranches provide for the state trademark corn-fed beef. The corn husking state counts corn production as a leading crop and is the golden triangle of corn, livestock, and ethanol production drivers in the industry. Number 3, at third place, Idaho is well-known for its potatoes, trout, and precious stones, as it is for unspoiled, rugged landscapes. Number 9 in the country for crime and correction. Number 2 for economy. Idaho's economy shifted away from mining towards agriculture after it achieved statehood. Some former mining towns began to host resorts, such as the Sun Valley Ski Resort, which opened in 1936. It's ranked at number 22 for education, 2 for financial stability, 14 for healthcare, 10 for infrastructure, and 23 for natural environment. Snowy mountains, deep valleys, lakes, and rivers cover the Gemstone State, which is twice the size of the 6 New England and state combined. It's ranked at number 19 for opportunity. Gold rush of the mid-1800s, miners flocked to California and Idaho, where they found gold, copper, and lead. In the mid-19th century, Union and Confederate supporters fled to the Civil War and went west to Idaho. At number 2, Washington. Washington is the only state named after a U.S. president, gained its statehood in 1889. It offers the Olympic Mountains, the San Juan Islands, and Mount Rainier. One of the nation's highest peaks is in the lower 48. Number 19th for crime and correction, 13 for economy. The aerospace industry and military defense sectors are major economic drivers in the state. Because of the coastline location, Washington is key exporter for the U.S. Agriculturally for transporting equipment. Additionally, Washington is crucial to the nation's food and agriculture industry, producing many of the country's apples, and is also a leader in milk, potatoes, and cattle production. It ranks at number 10 in the nation for education, 4 for financial stability, 11 for healthcare, 6 for infrastructure, 4 for natural environment. The evergreen state is the outdoor enthusiast dreams with a geologically diverse, including mountains, deserts, rainforests, and Pacific coastline. Number 31 for opportunity. Washington is the birthplace of Starbucks Coffee, the Boeing Company, and Microsoft Corporation. Seattle, marked by its iconic Space Needle, which rests high above the rest of the city and lights up the night sky, is by far the state's most populous city. Despite the reputation for the rainy weather, Seattle has an average of 152 days of measurable rain per year. At number 1, and finally, first place, Utah was dubbed desert by the members of the Church of the Latter-day Saints, who settled the remote western realm in the mid-1800s, fleeing religious discrimination in the east. It's ranked at number 15 for crime and corrections, 1 for economy, and the state is known for its skiing, with the mountains near Salt Lake collecting abundant snowfall, as well as the Sundance Film Festival, one of the world's premier independent film festivals staged each January in Park City. It's number 5 for education, 1 for financial stability, 7 for healthcare, 44 for infrastructure, 46 for natural environment, containing the largest saltwater lake in the Western Hemisphere at the state's capital of Salt Lake City. Number 20 for opportunity. As gold and silver were discovered in the mountains, Congress named the territory Utah after local Native Americans. The Utah Territory was carved up in their bordering by Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona at right angles. The Four Corners area marks the only such arrangement in the U.S. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to click that notification bell to be notified of new videos each time I post one. Was your state on this list? If not, what state do you think should be in the top 15 states? Put a comment below and let me know. My next video, I'll be listing off the worst U.S. states, so be waiting for that. Like this video if you enjoyed this video and that you learned something today. Till next time, I'll do the research so you don't have to. Inform Family YouTube out.